Hi, I'm Danny Butler.
I'm Ball.
And I'm Stu Day.
And this is another TrialTube Podcast. Now, welcome if you are just joining us, either across YouTube, hopefully, or Spotify or Apple. We don't care how you get this. We've got a very special guest today. We have got the return to some form of trials media from a previous trials rider and possibly trials' most epic export to hard enduro ever. Sir Billy Bolt, let's go with that.
I know, bravo. Welcome here, and obviously a Newcastle Brown fan, because that is your neck of the woods.
It's only fitting, right?
I know. Your little face lit up. We sent John Joe for a beer on, and he's bought, like, you know, your Estrella and Stellas, and Billy's like...
I'll be honest, I haven't actually had one of them since I was about 16, acting hard in a pub.
Oh, excellent.
And I didn't think I liked it. I was like, I pretended I did back then, and I've just, from first sip of that, I was like, oh, that's way better than I remember. So I'm actually generally going to start drinking it again.
I think you should.
Yeah, I'm like, this isn't even forced at all.
Just be careful not to be too greedy and giddy on your first, because, by God, it does give you a hangover.
Does it?
Oh, it's a good headache.
Powers many a bike, is that what you're telling me? Good gear.
I ride better when I'm a bit tipsy, I'll be honest with you.
I used to ride World Cups better on the push bike when I was a bit...
Three sheets of the wind.
Yeah, that's
good,
the one.
After a good night out.
Very quickly, shall we get corporate out of the way?
Yes, this episode is sponsored by S3, which we are us three are S3 supported riders, which is blooming grand.
Yep.
It'd have been awkward if you wouldn't it?
It makes
Perfect sense.
It makes perfect sense.
Accidentally on purpose, that one.
Absolutely.
So thank you to S3 for A, making good products, B, making good gear, and C,
Being cool. Just being cool.
Yeah, being cool. So we're going to get on to Billy and his trials heritage very shortly. But Bill, what have you been doing lately?
Been a bit all over the place lately. Well, last couple of weeks in general. We've got one round left of the Hard Enduro World Championship. But Manny actually wrapped the championship up in the previous round in Germany in Getzen Rodeo. So I've kind of been I had to come back to the UK for a couple of meetings. A bit of an injured ankle and an injured shoulder. So I've been kind of getting that scanned and checked out, which originally was looking quite concerning, but I've actually just came from another doctor's appointment today, which is a lot more positive. So yeah, kind of used like the last couple of weeks, although we have got one round left of the Hard Enduro Championship. I was like, I'm taking my off season now, because after the last round, we only have 3 weeks until the Super Enduro season starts again.
Right.
Which kind of isn't enough time, and that lead up, I can't really afford to be having off. So yeah, like I say, I was...
You're using your time wisely.
From a championship perspective, yeah, I mean, I'm in a bit of a battle with Mitch Brightmore for second. But like I say, just looking...
Local ladders,
yeah, I did think that actually when I was driving here. They don't live too far away. But like I say, I just thought I'd rather, spend a bit of time. I'm not in the UK too often, so I kind of just hung out for the last couple of weeks here. It made myself a bit all over the place of having to go to various doctors and stuff. But like I say, we had good news this afternoon, so that's kind of where we're at, really. So one round left.
Semi-celebratory mode then of it's not as bad as you thought you enjoyed.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'll drink to that. Yep.
Well, the way this came about, of course, not only has Bill been a trials rider for many, many years prior to getting over to the hard enduro, as many people know. It was literally a 5-second chat at a table at Weston Beach Race.
Can't be better. Sometimes them are the best, simplest. I've got an idea. You up for it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Organic. Sometimes you chase.
Oh, Bill's one to commit that we've seen many times. He doesn't do half commitment, does he? So fair play.
I think you are the epitome. Obviously, there has been a very prestigious list of trials riders that then transfer through to the big bikes. Obviously, it works. It's a system that works, doesn't it? It just gets good at trials. It makes everything else easier. Is there many that you race against that aren't from a trials background? It is the rule?
Yeah, I wouldn't say. I think it's becoming very slightly less the rule, but very, very slightly, i.e. there's a couple of riders now that have made it. And I think it's only kind of heading that direction because, like everything, it's almost becoming so specialised now where the speed element plays a bigger role than it did. I wasn't around 10 years ago, but I'm assuming even from 8-9 years ago. I can't even think how long ago it was when I started.
Oh my god,
2016. So that's 9 years ago.
16?
Wow, that's
Gosh.
oh my god. I have nearly been doing it 10 years. That's horrific.
He's only a baby, isn't he?
I know earlier on when he was like, "Well, I'm getting on now, boys. I'm 28," and I nearly vomited in my hands, and I was like, "Yeah, mate, you are geriatric as proper. So old.
You've crammed a lot into a young life already.
Yeah, I think
massively.
it's because I was
How many world championships have we got?
7. No.
It's not easy when you. It's not easy when you can't remember how many times you've been world
5
champion.
out. I'm just 5 outdoor, 2. No, 5 indoor, 2 outdoor.
7.
I think. Yeah.
Even I can do them maths.
No, but
Which is silly because he told us Varna it was 6 outdoor and 3 indoor. He said more.
Yeah.
When you've got
I'm
that
still
many,
not
you
even entirely sure. Well, do you know what
When
happened?
you get that many, you stop counting. It
No,
don't
what
matter.
actually happened is we had COVID for 2 years.
Oh, yeah.
And some
Oh,
championships existed,
gosh.
some didn't. And
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
so it always kind of messes my maths up a little bit because in Super Enduro, I've won since 2020,
Yeah.
but then there was obviously the break of COVID and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it makes my maths a little bit more
Did that
hard.
really mess your training up?
It was just annoying, really. Like the not kind of knowing what to do, what was happening. I think just the unknown was the hardest part about it, really.
Yeah.
Like I can't.
We slowly saw Graham Jarvis lose the plot and end up throwing a bike over his garden shed. And,
I wasn't even gonna go that way then. I was gonna say I did enjoy the video that you did where you lost a round because you did like the forgotten round.
So
what a sick video.
So that was really, I guess what you could say came from COVID was like that was the birth of kind of my YouTube channel and all doing things on that side. Was we obviously documented, we built a track, and because the final round, so that's where all kind of COVID started. Really, we had 1 round left of the Super Enduro World Championship for, I'm assuming it would be 2020, and it got cancelled like the Wednesday or the Thursday before the race.
Yep.
And first it was just like, oh, it's been postponed. We'll do it in a few weeks or whatever. And then I was out in Spain at the time, and I still lived in the UK at the time. And I remember I'd actually, the weekend before, this is a bit of a long-winded story, but it's quite funny. I flew, the weekend before the last round, I flew back for the weekend to come home just to visit family, friends or whatever. And then flew back out to Spain Monday morning and was going to ride that last week before the last round of the championship. Walked off the airplane at Barcelona the Monday morning and patted my pockets and went, I don't have my van keys.
Oh.
So that was good.
You're good.
And I'm like, I knew I didn't have them because I seen them on my bedside table the night before, and normally I'm pretty good. Like if I park up at an airport, it goes in the same pocket of my backpack every time. Like that's my thing, so I know whenever I land.
Have you
back.
now developed a phobia?
Well,
for
no.
lost
Well, I already
keys?
had that plan. For some reason, this week it didn't get carried out, and I seen it on my bedside table the day before, and I went, "That's dangerous. I'm going to forget them." And then anyway, I did. So my dad flew out the next day. I stayed at the airport hotel that night. My dad flew out the next day in the morning, dropped the keys off. We went to the track. I dropped him back off, and he flew home that evening.
Whoa.
So I had like 2 flights, an airport hotel to pay for. But I was like, "That's all right. Don't worry. I'll just do all right this weekend, and I'll bonus. I'll cover it. Don't worry."
I better ride well.
No,
I'll just
yeah,
spend
literally.
money.
I'm like, okay, it'll cover it. It'll sort itself out next weekend, and then obviously the race got cancelled, postponed, and then a few weeks went by, and then it was looking like the world was about to shut down, and then I remember I drove home from, and Roxy had been in South Africa at the time. She'd came back for the last round as well.
Yeah.
And we drove back to the UK, and then it was all getting really serious. And I went and did just a club cross-country race, raw enduro, I think it was, at Driffield. And it was like, no, like, lockdown is happening tomorrow. Like, no one's allowed anywhere. And obviously, she was only here on a visitor's visa, so she didn't really know what to do. She'd obviously just arrived from South Africa for the last round of the championship.
Of course.
So, like, she got, like, one of the last flights out before it all shut down because we were like, she didn't want to get stuck here and overstay on visas and stuff like that. So, yeah, it was pretty mad times when I think about it, not to go on too much about COVID times, but I just thought that little story of forgetting my keys would be quite
basically,
funny.
it just sounded like all of it was like a series of unfortunate events.
Yeah, so there.
You get them days, don't you?
Mate, I think it was a very, very strange time. Obviously, a lot of people got into I think mainly a lot of influencers saw booms or had channels blow up or had, like you said, that the Forgotten Round video. I think that's what it was called.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
the Forgotten Round, which was sort of Billy's celebration of you winning the title that year. That video was great. I mean, it was not only something that you guys had put together, it was properly like a journey video, and I think that's why people got into it and maybe then jumped on the channel.
I think it made and broke a lot of people.
Yeah, definitely.
You either got a captive audience and you adapted to it, or you
had no
audience and you shut down. It was a
the job was
very
messed up.
bonkers time. I hope we never have to go through it like that.
No,
again.
screw that. Anyway, off tangent.
Back on track.
I didn't mean to just send everyone back into a depression of the global pandemic.
So there's nothing off the cards here at TrialTube. We don't really do.
I've just about got all the vaccines at my system now.
This week's bike in the background, by the way, is a brand new TRS 1.
Yes.
Is it a 1 RRR or just that's 1 RR? Do they still do a 1, an R, an RR, and a
They do one for whatever your pocket depth is. This is next at best.
Oh, next at best.
Next at best. This is upper echelons.
And you've stayed on a carb and you haven't gone fuel injected.
Yeah, no, there's two reasons for that. One, I'm a tight arse.
Okay.
And two, I know how a carburetor works and I don't know how fuel injection works. And I'm not that good enough rider to really go, I need. You're like, I need fuel injection.
I need everything I can get to help me.
I don't need a new headache. I want to just know exactly what's going on.
No, anyway, it's very pretty.
It's very pretty. It's
how many changes this season in the bike? You told me this.
Over 50.
Over
I want
50.
to say 58 changes from the 25 model that obviously I had last year and we did the 6 days with, and he never missed a beat. But to the point, a different frame, different crankcases, different radiators, different fans.
So the last bike was that good they changed it 58 times?
No, come on. You know how evolution works.
I couldn't help myself.
Hey, this isn't a bold new sticker kit bike. This is a
but if they do make graphics, they're
forward.
bold. Always in any magazine, they always say bold. New graphics.
Yeah, they're not going to go same bike, different wrapper.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, I've gone a bit crazy with this one. So we've got the rental bars I've put on. We've got the CSP tank filler cap. We've got an S3 titanium pipe. We've got the S3 solid footrest. These all sorts of other bits of it. Pico-y bits. These we've got S3 levers. I've put all the bling on.
Pico gave us nothing.
Cuss had got it. And I can't. Oh, and it's got the extended water pump with the aluminium impeller.
Oh yeah, I can see that now. Is that what you were changing today? You put it all over your story
John
today?
Joe's put all the hours in on it today, as well as sorting the van out and the pickup out.
Oh, nice. Talking about new bikes,
Yes.
Bill, if you came back to trials now,
Oh, this is a great
what
question.
would be your... Well, just so you know...
You've got to go off corporate. You have to be off corporate with this one.
In all fairness, he's not sort of got a horse in the race, really, if you think about it. No. They don't make a bike.
No.
And I understand that the group make one.
The corporation does, but...
I'd pull an Ossa back out of the closet.
I was just going to say... Right.
I'm still actually having 125 Ossa.
Do you?
It's, I mean, I don't think it hasn't been started in a long time.
It never started great from new, don't worry about that.
And I'm not entirely sure where it is, but it's in I guess it was my dad's bike from back then. It's in the family's possession of some description.
Oh, cool. Well,
It's in storage.
I think... Well, there's obviously over in Spain, there's many, many shops that hold lots and lots of stock. It's just a thing in Spain. And there are still brand new Ossa
really?
300s in boxes, brand new.
Johnny Walker, actually, he's in America at the minute doing enduro cross. And he was in some trials shop and there was one on the bench and he sends a picture of it the other day. And I spotted straight away, this is a bit how nerdy I am. It had the stickers of the tank didn't match the rear mudguard.
I
said,
that's it.
Oh, that's it.
well,
then.
I was just
It's
saying
a
it's
nail.
no, because it had a 2015 rear mudguard, which was the last year that they made, which that bike was really good. Like it made so much improvements for the 2015 model, which is the year, unfortunately.
We were only saying the other day, what a shame that bike didn't
honestly,
carry
that
on.
2015 bike was so good.
Yeah.
And it had a 2015 rear mudguard on, but then like, I want to say 2012 tank stickers and swing and arm sticker. So I was like, oh, that's a bit of a bit. So that
It's a bit of a no-no.
If you could buy a brand new one in the box,
Yeah.
you would just for that's in my own personal museum.
The factory also. I think there was two versions. You could have a factory, couldn't you?
Yeah, so they had the factory had a green frame with a Termagoni exhaust and gold triple clamps, and I can't remember what else.
Right?
You've got that misty-eyed thing going.
no.
You can, Billy come down to workshop. We were looking around Trials Day and looking at workshop and looking at all my that I go misty-eyed on. So I've got the 97 Fantic that I was misty-eyed, and he just went. Before my time, that piece of crap. But you've just done the same misty-eyed over an Ossa.
I'll be honest, I'll still do a bit of trials nerding, but I meant like I can't really add anything to the conversation about that one.
No.
I fully acknowledge that you've probably got a lot of sentimental value to it. But it's before my genre era of
When
being
were you
able to
born
nerd
it?
out.
When were
I
you
was
born
born
it?
97.
Obviously, you
97.
have got a soft spot for that because you must have had some seriously good times and laughs with it. So
I did. And just that whole period, obviously, Burks was the importer, and I spent a lot of time staying at Burks' house and in the workshop with him and messing around. We kind of like, I guess, developed the 125 quite a bit, and just like what I gained in terms of like knowledge and life skills.
Staying with Burks.
Yeah, it was just like
and happy memories.
yeah, like I say, that era and time of my life was like I just started driving. And like was given like obviously the freedom you have of being able to take yourself riding and stuff like that, and then obviously to go and spend so much time over there with Burks and stuff was just like
magical.
Yeah, like really was. When I think back,
That's when little Billy's dreams were starting to become true, and you're like, yes, I am on my way.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I was by no means a professional rider by that time. Like I was like massively relying on family and sponsors, and I would go and like work a couple of days a week for one of my sponsors and then just get like just enough money to buy fuel for the rest of the week and then go off riding for the rest of the week.
That's the way it's done.
What's the worst job you've had to do to graft to get money?
None of them were that bad really. So like at the time, one of my long-term like sponsors, PC Folk Trucks, who sponsored us since I was really young, he was actually in the process of converting a building, an old pub into a gym. Oh. So I'd just do all like the shit jobs of that, like ripping floors up and just driving,
Ragging all
picking
ceilings
stuff around.
down.
Yeah, like nothing too bad, and then you can go and put folk truck on charge.
It weren't like Dougie
wasn't
where he
trusted
had
to
to
do anything.
9 months of tarmac.
No, and I will say,
I remember that.
Yeah.
I will say it wasn't like it was like a maximum like 2 days in a row. Then I would disappear and go and ride for a bit. Like
freely then, have you?
my cousin is a scrap man as well. I would go and do some days with him.
Oh, that's
just
fun.
go and watch. Yeah, no, it was like that was when I was.
That is fun.
That was when I was even younger, and I would just love watching a cloth or a washing machine about in a scrapyard and stuff.
Love a
like,
good scrapyard.
That was when I was a bit younger. But like, I mean, I'm probably making it sound like I was a big grafter.
It
It
was
was
like a
couple of
throwback
days
shot
a
of
week
Billy
maximum.
in
2 weeks
rags,
down
right, you know.
pits, and I never come up. Even none of that. No.
I had a set of work boots. Put it that way.
Oh, that'll do.
Oh, there you
It's
go.
a
He was
grafter.
legit then, isn't it? He was properly legit.
Right, honest question, because we do this with all sorts.
Just so you know, Bill, there's an Ossa on
eBay.
this is actually Jesus,
I don't wanna
it's
know.
new. It's new.
Oh, go on. Oh, it is.
That is nice.
How much is that on?
€6,500. So bargain by today's standards,
If you got the brass.
mate. If I had the brass now, I'd buy it.
It would be interesting because, like, again, I don't know really what's happened with 12's bikes these days. Like,
They're still not that good.
I didn't know. I didn't know you
Mine
got
is.
an injection and a
TRS.
carb version of a TRS. Put it
Yeah.
that way. That's how out of touch I am. But like,
Well, TRS are the only ones that are doing the choice. You can have either. Where every other brand, you don't get a choice. That's it.
I'd be very interested to see where that compared with kind of a modern day bike, especially modern day injection bikes, because like
Bill, you're going to cost me $6,500 to make a trial tube.
I'd watch.
I'd love that.
Something like that.
I'd love that.
I'd watch it. Like so, I think again, bit nostalgic on the Ossa, but the bike was so far ahead of its time.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I'd be curious, and maybe everyone's kind of like looking at it with like rose tinted glasses, and maybe it wasn't that good. But I think it would be an interesting comparison.
Yeah.
I'd like to ask you, and I was just about to. Some bikes are good, some are lemons. What is
Your favourite lemon?
If you can, what is the worst bike you've had? As in, this is going to be great, and it really was disappointingly bad.
That's hard to say, really, isn't it? Like, I think for me, like the most trials bikes broke.
I specifically, my most fond memory of Billy, I think, when he was younger, we're at the dirt bike show. The roller coaster had just been set up. When I say the roller coaster, there was a section from Sheffield, big load of redwood slats on it. It was high. It was high.
I don't know what's coming next on this story. I'm also intrigued to know what
it was high. Billy was, I think this was your first year riding in the show arena at the dirt bike show.
2015. That was actually my last year of doing trials. That was
What bike was you on? Was you on the Ossa?
Scorpa.
It was on a Scorpa, carved up Scorpa, the one that looked like the Sherco. They were very, very.
Yes.
I know they're very close anyway, but nowadays they're identical. But back then they looked close. They had a slightly different frame back then. And it was the night before we opened. I'm going to say the Wednesday night, maybe. The show opened on the Thursday. We were doing some practice for a race that we were going to have, from what I remember. This big redwood monstrosity was built up. Dougie was checking safety or something, and Billy was riding. Now, Billy was...
Are you having flashbacks?
I don't know what's coming next. I genuinely don't.
I like the fact that he's forgot this.
I genuinely don't.
As soon as I say it, he'll remember exactly what happened. Anyway, Bill is testing the sections, shall we say, riding very well. I was very impressed. He got halfway up this roller coaster, and by halfway, I now mean he's about 15 foot up. He's quite high, and I'm not even exaggerating.
I know exactly what you mean.
It was pretty bloody high, I can tell you now. And then he turned right and looked at Doug and said, "Do you reckon this is on?" Meaning he was just going to ride clean out off the section, straight down, straight drop off, right? Anyway, Doug then said, me and Doug stood at the rail, and he just went, "Look at him up there, look at him." And I'm just going, "Well, it looks all right to me, Doug. It looks fine. He's just smashed it. He's just, like, basically, I said, he just pissed it. Easy work." And he just went, "No, look at him. He's gained jump off there." And I just went, "Nah, balls." I was like, if he drops off there, that Scorpia's getting in the bin, mate. And he just, 5 seconds later, I just heard, "Raw." And he went straight off, literally landed on landing. Obviously, the shocker collapsed. Pegs bent, bars bent, literally, and it was brand new from what I remember.
No, I vaguely remember that bike had actually just been welded back together.
Oh, had it? Okay.
From the Scott.
Oh, I remember this story now. Yes, actually.
It was the linkage that broke. I vaguely remember scrambling about, and Burks turned up and fixed my linkage that night before the first show. I've got a lot of pieces missing from that memory. I probably consumed quite a lot of alcohol that week.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. Every day you and Pricey turned up, and you were like white as a sheet. I don't think...
We were getting paid £100 a day. We had to live it large on a night.
Oh, yeah, living the dream. So it's safe to say you've always been a very hard rider.
Yeah, so from my earliest of memories, to be honest, bikes were getting... Luckily, my dad was an engineer and could fix or... Bodge, yeah. Like,
and this is why extreme enduros suits you perfectly.
My dad would turn up at a world round and with his welder and weld my bike and a handful of other junior riders' bikes at the time.
Have you ever had the same sort of problems with the extreme enduro bikes where that's just absolutely obliterated?
No, to be honest, like I don't, to my knowledge, I've never even broken an enduro bike frame.
Do the factories, obviously you're on factory bikes, do they put a bit of extra welding, a bit more reinforcing?
We have a lot of extra parts and stuff, but I would say the build quality is quite a bit different, put it that way. Like, even from I've had periods where I've been, spent a couple of months in South Africa during the COVID time or whatever, I had bone stock bikes and stuff like that.
Steve the Stocker.
It made us, Steve the Stocker's done a fair few appearances in video parts and stuff like that, and it did make us realise that there's quite a bit of difference in build quality. Again, I've been very away from trials for a lot of years.
The enduro bikes are built to be 30 foot in the air.
Yeah,
like 60 mile an hour. Damn it.
Yeah, trials was always. It
But
was
you
always
in
getting
good stead.
No, 100%. Like I wouldn't change.
Yeah.
Where I came from and what my path for the world. To be honest, like what it.
I don't know. I saw a Scorpio once, 15 foot in the air.
I'll be honest.
Yes, and it stops so well.
My trials career
That was just gravity.
had pretty much already ended by that point. To be honest.
Yeah.
Did you already know at that point you were going to go to?
Yeah,
Extreme?
at that point, yes. But
When did that ping happen? When did the lightning bolt happen? Pardon the pun.
So about midway through that year, that year was quite difficult because I'd actually signed a contract with Ossa for that season, which was 2015, to do like World Junior Championship, like a fully supported ride, not paid or anything, but like
You've got your flights.
That's like full level trials.
I mean, it was. My name was on a contract and I signed it. So in my 17-year-old self thought like I was the
you were
boy.
a G
Like,
at that point,
got
mate.
no better.
Well, you would.
Of course.
And then they obviously had their problems sharing a factory with Gas. And Gas went into, I don't know if it was liquidation or redundant, but
Whatever.
financial problems. And the factory got shut down, and then it was such a weird scenario. Like Ossa it was a completely separate company, just shared a factory and just disappeared and never came back. And like, I don't really know
the
anything.
The bikes were built in the same factory.
Yeah.
What a shitter.
I've seen Burks a few times to this day, and I'm like, what's happening with Ossa? And like, no one really knows kind of whatever happened to it. So that kind of left me in the shitter, like massively. And it was all a very manic time as well, because we had the first round in Japan, which also didn't exist in Japan anyway at the time. So I rode a Scorpio due to Burks' former connections with Yamaha.
Yeah.
Makes sense, yes.
So I ended up on that. And then a week later, I rode the Scottish on a 125 Ossa. And during that week of when the Scottish was going on was when we were like, okay, there's definitely nothing going to happen for this year. For Ossa. So then at the time...
So you were Ossa's last win? Has to be.
Well, I didn't really win much. I was second most of the time I was a trials rider. Usually... Well, actually it varied a lot because Jack, Ewan Roberts, Dan Pease...
I was just going to say, Ewan Roberts is... Shout out Ewan Roberts. Often he's like a forgotten rider.
Yeah, so... But them three mainly. So then did Scottish on a 125 Ossa, and during that week we were like,
would you best 125 in that?
Yeah, beat Jack.
So we won. So therefore, we
were level on points going into the last day.
I mean, credit to the build quality of Ossa.
Last Ossa winner ever. That's pretty rad.
We were level on points going into the last day, and then my bike didn't start on the morning of the last day.
I take back my build quality of Ossa comment.
And then, so I got a 5 from the bike not starting in the morning. And then...
Did that put a rocket up your ass?
Yeah, I guess I was quite angry. And then another bizarre story, bit on topic, off topic, whatever you want to call it. Pushed my bike to the van. My dad took the plug out, dipped it in petrol, put it in, fired, ran all day. Bizarre, it just wasn't a dry plug. Anyway, so he put the fuel bottle back in my bag, but didn't put the lid on it properly.
Oh no!
And I'm sucking. No. And that was a hydration pack. So I had a pipe and I'm drinking it. And I was like, kept thinking, this water tastes weird.
No.
And I got about halfway through the day, and I said to Burks, taste this water. And he had one sip, he spat it out. I was like, fucking petrol, you fucking idiot. But it wasn't in the bag. It was just the fumes I was sucking through.
Yeah, of course.
But it was that strong. It tasted like... So that was one of a few times I've drank petrol in my life, to be honest. There's a few more kicking around.
I was about to say, there's just been literally somebody put a reel
No,
up
there's an AI one being made this morning.
Really?
Yeah, because it happened at Erzberg 2019. Quite the...
Just checking his beer.
It's never been a planned thing. Erzberg 2019, a bottle got handed to us just after I'd pushed my bike up Green Hell, which was that year the hardest section of the race, and I got really angry. He's a really nice guy. One of my mates called Harrison, and shouted at him quite aggressively, and that video went a bit viral. And then another one.
Yeah, I know. I saw the video at the time. I actually thought to myself,
if ever you've
Billy's not really like that.
if ever you've ridden with
aggressive.
Danny, we all have a
It was a
prams moment.
shock to the system, put it that way.
Even me.
And if you want to keep going off topic, which we might as well.
Right, it's all chit chat.
Romaniacs 2015, 16, my first year at Romania, first off-road day. I had no idea what to expect. Like, when I started enduro, like first few months, I had no idea what I was doing. Well, for the first year or so, I had no idea.
You just getting as fast as you could.
Just crashing into trees, to be honest. But first off-road day, you got in the van and you drove over to like 2 miles from where the off-road started. But because I was with Eurotech, who have like 20 people in different classes or whatever, they start there and then you go to the start at whatever time. Anyway, we're next to a petrol station. And I'm running around, like obviously never done a race before, didn't know what I needed to prepare, what to do, hadn't done my hydration pack. So my dad goes to the petrol station to get water, comes back, fills up the bladder. That was leaking, I had a hole in it. So I'm like, I didn't want to waste the water because I'm about to go. So I put my finger over it. I'm like, whoa, and then like put my finger over it. Luckily I had another one. Poured it into this other bladder. And as I'm doing it, I like licked my finger or something. And that was AdBlue.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
But that was in it. It was
Billy. I know why you can't remember the story at the dirt bike show because you've literally fried brain cells.
In his defense, that was in a plain gallon. You know, like a gallon water bottle. And it didn't even have a safety cap on it.
Oh god! It just looked a bit like Gatorade or Powerade. Is that what you're saying?
No, it was clear. It was AdBlue.
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 Oh, sorry. Oh my god.
Clear AdBlue.
It was. And
So what we basically
Did it dry
found
on
out.
contact though?
What
like
we basically
AdBlue
found
does?
out.
well, I don't know if it went. So it goes like crystally, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know the rest of that story.
So somehow between petrol and AdBlue, you like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
kept going.
You've evolved.
Where did that story even start? Yeah, last day of the Scottish 6 days trial, 2015.
No, yes. So what got you into? What made the leap? That was where we were eventually.
Where's the leap into enduro?
That's where we actually
started. What was the offer?
So during the Scottish that year, obviously Burke's was importer for Ossa and Scopa.
Yes.
And we were realised nothing was happening with Ossa. I wasn't going to have any support that way.
Yeah.
And Burke's
all plans out the window.
Talked with Scopa throughout the week, and they agreed to transport a bike on the truck, the Sherco truck, to each round of European round of the championship because Japan had already been. That was like my only option, really, my only choice.
Okay.
So then I did a British Championship round the week after Scotland on a 300 Ossa, which was and it was like May time. I was doing exams at school all at the same time as well, so I wasn't riding in between.
There's a lot of pressure going on.
So I wasn't riding in between any of these races. I remember getting it was Wales. I forgot the name of the venue. The British round.
I know the one you mean, where all the jagged rocks that are like
it's all bit of an outcrop on the top of a hill. St David's, is it?
Yeah, it's the St David's. Yeah. Normally big steps.
Yeah, quite big steps. And I remember getting on my bike in the car park in the morning, like the thing was like looping out my hands because I'd been used to 125 Ossa for 6 days in Scotland. So did that. Actually did quite good that day. I don't remember the result.
But you remember it wasn't too bad.
No, I remember it was it was like my first real good result in the adult bike class. Like the championship class of British Championship.
In the St David's, the one where the warm-up's on the side of the hill as well. Like the warm-up areas, like on the side of a hill as well. I like.
Yeah. Like literally just a few little small rocks on the side of the hill. And then the weekend after, went straight to a world round in Czech Republic on a Scopa that I'd never rid before.
Oh, wow.
No, sorry. There was a Scarborough British Championship in between, which I came second at.
At Howardale.
On the
Ossa.
On the Ossa.
At Howardale, came second in the championship class behind Dibs. And then the week after that, I remember
seeing those results and actually thinking at the time, I was like, whoa, Billy's on
that was like that period of time on an Ossa, I was riding at such a real good level.
Yeah.
And then made the switch to Scopa, and initially it actually went really well. I went straight to Czech Republic and got 2 seconds that weekend in junior class.
Brilliant.
but then from there, like, just struggled. I was doing all right. I had another podium at another British round, I think, and then got second.
And on the Scorpa now.
Yeah, all on the Scorpa for the rest of the year. Then I was second at the British round in Carlisle. But like, just at the time when the bike was new, I didn't really have too many problems with it. But then like, it was just struggled a lot with the clutch the rest of the year. Like everyone did at the time. But yeah, it was just like a lot all at once. I was kind of traveling to a lot of the races myself.
Were you enjoying it though?
I was enjoying riding still, but by the end of that year, I was struggling. Like, I was struggling a lot with my bike. It was frustrating us, and like, I'll openly admit, like, when I was a trials rider, mentally, it was my biggest weakness. Like, couldn't handle my emotions, my temper, my anger. Like, that was my biggest problem.
You were hot-headed.
Yeah, massively. Like, anyone that knows.
I think that's what you need to be in extreme enduro. Where you go, I am bloody well getting up there.
I think to a certain extent, I definitely, like, I've made a lot of changes myself since then, though. Like, if I went back to trials, I'd be a completely different person now.
Yeah.
There's the announcement.
So was it then? So that season ended, and was it literally over
Yeah, like I remember the last 2 rounds were Spain and Portugal back to back, and Portugal was just like big, dry, grippy steps, and I was struggling so much with the clutch on this bike, and then I'd like just a load of shit observer decisions, and like by that time I was like
then you were pretty brassed
that
off.
week in between we stayed out, and I remember I was with Jack and Deck, and like and Eddie Carlson. Actually, we spent a lot of time, the three of us three, that week, and like I still love the whole environment position I was in, but I was like well aware that, you know, financially I couldn't continue like it was. I was kind of without sponsors and a lot of people helping us. That wasn't going to happen for the next year. And like just that in cooperation with like some few shit results from observers' decisions, struggling with the bike, and then also really not having another option for the next year, a different option.
Yeah.
And, you know, like I say, there was that time, well, I think it is even still now when I do look at results and stuff like that, junior class or trial 2 it's called now, it's like so competitive. Like
it's crazy.
There was 12 of us, or probably, that could have won on any given round.
Yep.
And like 2 rides came of that from the end of the year. And then halfway through the year anyway, I'd started speaking to a few people, and Julian Stevens, who at the time was Johnny's manager, had messaged us. So I had like, had a few temptations. I had a few temptations going on anyway, and then so then by like that time, the dirt bike show, it was the Scott the week before, and I DNF'd that. Like my bike blew up at what's it called, Ogate on the way back, like so near to the finish, and then so I was there doing the shows, kind of like already knew, and to be honest, like I always envisioned myself making the change. If I'm being completely honest, like I would have loved to have had a trials career first, but I'd always, I'd seen the success of kind of everyone else.
Yeah,
you know,
and there were so many good riders.
Yeah,
that were
everyone.
Doing that
you know,
job.
like I was such a big fan of the sport, of Johnny, of
really
Taddy,
starting to
of
boom.
Gomez, of Graham. You know, like so I always envisioned myself making the switch. But yeah, like I said, I would really, my goal and like dream was still to have a trials career, but I just got to the point like 3/4 of the way through 2015 where I was like, it's like it'd already been such a big effort, and I'd relied on so many other people to do that year, and nothing more was coming for next year.
It had run its course.
Yeah, and like I say, I was getting tempted by other people, and then I remember, I was already pretty much made my mind up that week, and then that at the dirt bike show that week, I spoke to Mark Jackson from Eurotech, who kind of hadn't known I'd been speaking to other people, but he was like, yeah, I'll lend you a bike if you want to lend a bike and have a go and stuff like that. So I was just like, that week I remember I pretty much made up my mind. And I remember I went back and said to Mark, I was like, that was like, we went out for dinner one night and he'd said that. And I was like, that was, it's funny you mentioned that, like I'd been speaking to a couple of other people, and it just kind of happened from there. Yeah, so
sometimes the stars just align like that, don't you?
Yeah.
And that was it. You literally was at that point, that junction.
Yeah, so that was
off we go to better
like November-ish,
Business.
2015 was November-ish the dirt bike show. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
Halloween.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it was Halloween
Halloween,
week.
yeah.
Yeah. So November, end of October. Sorry.
I'm just trying to think what was my my dirt bike experience that year. It was actually it was very reserved, my dirt bike experience, because normally the dirt bike show was
Yeah, I remember I got minimal sleep that week.
usually everybody got absolutely trashed.
And then so then went from there. Borrowed the money off my mom and bought a bike.
Ooh, what, bought it yourself?
Yeah,
Lock,
first
stock, and
one.
barrel?
Bought it from Eurotech. They did quite a good price on one of the second-hand team bikes of that year.
Brilliant.
I borrowed the money off her, bought it, and then had a lot of good people helping us out. Don't get us wrong. Like, I was getting guided and assisted in a lot of ways, but just...
And was that then straight into the World Championship?
Pretty much. So that was, got the bike December, first weekend of December, I remember getting it. And then, went from there, really. I had another guy, so Julian, who was Johnny's manager at the time and been mechanic for Taddy. He'd done a lot with Tom Sager when he was factory KTM. Like, he'd a well-respected history in enduro and hard enduro. So he was kind of like assisting and got us a few sponsors and deals. And then he put us in touch with another guy who had a race team in the past and often... had sponsored riders and stuff, and then he took us to the British races, and then we went pretty much Erzberg later that year, which was, I'd done another race in France called Alès Trem, but I'd done it because you had to be road legal and I didn't have a bike license at the time, so I did it on a 125, and it was so hard. It's one of the hardest races anyway, and I did it on a 125 back then, so that was
They
a
didn't have
difficult
they just haven't got bottom end.
No, I just didn't. And I remember...
was you enjoying it though?
Yeah,
The
I was
whole-
loving it. Like,
the whole
I had no idea like what I was doing, and like I was so dangerous back then, like unbelievably dangerous, and just loving it. They had something new, bouncing off trees left, right, and centre. But
I remember my first year racing enduro.
yeah, it's a big change.
Wow,
like it's
I tell you what, you get very used to crashing very quickly.
yeah, like trials obviously gives you an unbelievable base, but it's also a lot of differences and a lot of new things to learn. But I actually enjoyed that. Like I liked the process of being at the bottom again and learning things.
I found that because I was doing hare and hounds racing, when it got to the technical part, so it got to that river crossing or it got to that rooty hill climb, that's when the trial skills clicked in, and I'm like, I've got this. Whereas the lads that come from motocross, they were flipping the bike off, they were shooting off into the scenery.
See, that's the one bit I really enjoy watching you and anybody that's in the, shall we say, the top 5, top 10 in the hard enduro scene, because they're trials riding the big bike.
Yes, they are.
1,000%. And that's awesome. Like, awesome. I'd almost go as far to say as every other second of me watching hard enduro is just people that I just keep going, just learn how to ride a bike. What the frig is wrong with you? You're like throwing like 9,000 quid worth of KTM.
That winds me up when there's a bit
space,
big quarry tyres and they just load sugar.
It is pretty mad the situations you see people end up in all honesty.
Yeah. The prologue at Romaniacs is comedy. It's just comedy. Be in them spectators with a good beer, it is pure comedy gold.
So my wife, who isn't from the bike industry at all, I married a Muggle, and her take on watching trials is she understands it now. She likes it. We go watch the indoor, whatever. Likes the whole experience. To be fair, when we went Sheffield last time, we did it quite bougie, which was quite nice.
We did good, didn't we?
Yeah, we did good.
Yeah. We had a box.
We had a box.
We did
All that malarkey. Yeah, posh, mate.
You can't beat a bit of VIP treatment though.
But yeah, all that
was
malarkey.
great.
It's quite nice. We were far enough back that Rob Warner didn't blow his eardrums. All that malarkey. And she gets it. But my God, if we go and watch any super enduro, she's like, this is ace. Because I love watching. She'll be like, Billy or Johnny, like super fast, dead smooth, amazing, doing it correctly. And she'll just be sat there going, yeah, he's dead good. But look at him over there. He can't get around that corner. Like, do you know what I mean? And you're just sat there going,
what does Max Stantz call him?
Oh, I can't remember.
Noshers.
Noshers. She's like, there's just so many noshers on video. And you're like, I think
they're actually an accountant or a mechanic, or they've just got normal jobs, but they're Abigail heroes,
wrong with
aren't
that.
they?
Let's be honest. all of those people, the tiny 1% of the pro riders don't pay anything into the sport. The people that are funding the sport is the people that are genuinely crashing. Yeah,
100%.
Crashing hard, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, but the 1% of their heroes, and that's what I want to be like them.
Mate, I don't know if Billy is better at hard enduro or his real talent is avoiding other people on bikes.
That comes with it, though, definitely.
You're not pulling me into your crash.
Yeah, it's true, to be fair. We had Weston a few weeks ago, and I obviously post a lot of POV stuff. And to be honest, I don't really ever watch it. I don't enjoy watching it that much. But Weston's the one where I sat and watched the whole 46 minutes or however long
of the POV.
Yeah, because the amount of other things that you witness going on the Weston one is unbelievable. What goes on?
Yeah, I mean, it must be terrifying. If you're going down that straight and your bike breaks down, you've got to be genuinely scared for what's coming up behind you.
Especially on the first lap. It's not a good
I'll
place
be honest,
to be.
I've never rode Weston. Obviously, I've been a spectator and part of the spectacle. I can't remember how many times we've been in shows at Weston now, but it's a lot. They're a great team down there. And watching the start at Weston, I'm sat on top of the trailer and you can feel the ground shake.
Yeah, the noise of the start of Weston is very unique. I remember the first day I ever went, I didn't race, I went to watch because I was traveling back from somewhere and I was like, I've never been. A few of my mates went, we're going anyway. So we went, and the first I watched the start. I was in the pits, so in line with the gates opening, but the bikes come past, and I was just like, what the fuck is this? Is that
when you were like, I am doing this next year?
That's what I said. I am
doing this.
1000% doing this race next year.
Me and Doug were sat on a wall one year.
Does he still give you them buzzes now?
Yeah, Weston especially. Weston's a mad race.
And it's full of mad people. You can go to any other race on the planet. I think there's no race like Weston.
Am I right in thinking these two races? The race one is to get to the start line, so you get a good one.
I get spoiled, to be honest.
He does get, yeah.
Right.
I start at the front, if I'm honest.
You get a good.
But they want that for anybody that's racing Western, don't start pulling your face. They want it for the spectacle of who's coming around the corner and down the road past the spectators and all of that. And it really is a spectacle. But like I say, dude, there's like a sadistic part of me that one day wants to possibly do
really?
it.
Is that you and I going to do it one?
It's not really TrialTube though, is it? We did Scotland because
it doesn't matter.
I was genuinely just sick of old people telling me that I wasn't a real trials rider because I hadn't rode Scotland. You're not a real trials rider. I'm like, do you know what I mean? I was fizzing.
But we are now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, it makes so much difference to ride 6
back?
more days. Am I going back?
Yeah.
I have entered. I have entered. I'm obviously stupid.
I'm still in. Not next year. I've got too much stuff going on, but I possibly may return year after.
I'd like to go back to Scotland.
They messaged me when we were up there. We were making the podcast.
You don't see that's it. I'm never riding a trials bike again.
Oh no, 100%. I do. I ride a trials bike very little these days. In all honesty, a handful of times a year. But I do still thoroughly enjoy it the days that I do.
What's your weapon of choice at the minute?
Ossa.
Yeah, Ossa. Probably not answer that question. But yeah, I can't I wouldn't love going and doing a club trial or walking sections or any of that.
You'd want to go somewhere.
I mean, if I was with a good group of mates, then I probably would as well. Saying that, I actually did Isle of Man 2-day trial in 2019, and it was a very good weekend. That's my next bucket list.
Okay.
But the days I do ride trials, handful of them a year, I do generally still enjoy riding it and challenging myself, setting a section. Some forms of riding it, I can't believe how terrible I am, and my timing just doesn't work anymore. Occasionally, some things I'm still not bad at, and I half impress myself, but I'll do the most random thing I'll crash on, or because in Andorra you can ride a trials bike pretty much anywhere. So a lot of my friends go out just riding up the hills and stuff, and they think they're doing hard enduro, and they're like, this is what your races are like, and I'm like, kind of. But anyway, I'll be going up this. I'll just be going up this just gentle mountain trail, and there'll be a couple of switchbacks, and I'm like, my timing's that out. I'll end up wheel spinning in the wrong place, and then they're so light that I'm used to recovering and heaving a bike twice the weight around. Yeah. So I'm like, hanging over the front, the back wheels up in the air as I'm going uphill. Like I've been in some right states just on like the easiest of trails. But then certain things like steps and you can still hop on the back wheel, like not too bad. But I do still enjoy it, and I will definitely make a return to the Scottish one day. It's just
I'll do.
6 days is a lot on a trials bike.
It is.
No, just in terms of getting used, like if I go on it for 1 day or 2 days every now and again, like I'm not used to it. It's going
to be a lot. There's a large changeover there.
My enduro bike's still home, if you know what I mean. Whereas if I do 6 days on a trials bike, I'm like, okay, there's going to be a transition period to do after that.
So what you're telling me is, by me riding a bicycle all year and then riding twice and then ride the Scottish, that wasn't a good idea.
That wasn't not preparation.
Yeah, well, I'm no Scottish 6 days expert, but I would imagine you probably should have done more than that. Yes.
Yeah, I think so. Also, my bag prep was there though, because I had nothing else to frigging do with my time, did I?
The modern trials bike is the best it's ever been.
Yeah,
and next year it'll be even better.
Yeah, I will say that I was blown away by everybody's, and I mean everybody's, Vita, Gas, TRS, whatever.
Next year's bike will be better than this year's bike.
They're just
every year.
The build quality blew me away.
Everything just keeps improving.
The only thing that was wrong with my bike in Scotland was the fact that I binned it massively on Wednesday.
Yeah. Going back to your events, have you got a favourite event that you look forward to go? Yes, I'm
Weston, to be honest.
That is the one.
I knew it was going to be Weston.
Because I guess there's no pressure on you.
Yeah, it's just such a good... The weekend itself is...
But there's not as much pressure. It's not a world championship.
No, I see it as a no pressure weekend, in all honesty.
Cool.
Yeah, like, and I do enjoy it. My mates come down and help with the pit stop. And it's just such a good weekend. I really do enjoy it. And I ride around the whole race with a smile on my face. Like
You're loving it.
The intensity of the race is not that high. So I don't want to say it's easy, because it's not at all, but it's not the most physically demanding race by far. And I just enjoy it. It's just different. It's new. Like I really like riding sand, to be honest, and I don't ride much of it at all these days. When I was still living in the UK full time, I would ride sand, once or twice a week. And I'd really enjoy riding sand. So I don't get to do it that much these days. Like I would love to do like a month's prep before the race and have a setup that I was dialed in on, but I literally just turn up, and I'm lucky if I get to ride the bike once before the race. But yeah, I do generally. Again, it's not like my real job to go and do that race, but I love it. It's such a good event. Yeah.
Right. I've yet to go. I've never been.
What, Weston?
Never been Weston.
You've never been?
Honestly,
no, I need to go next year.
Whoa.
It's a bucket list event to go to for any motorbike fanatic of any
I need to.
on-road, off-road. The whole weekend is so good.
It's always been one of those things I've wanted to do and just never got around to go.
I don't know. I daren't say silly things on this podcast like, I fancy riding it one day, because then somebody would be like, I'll give you a bike and you can do this. And I'll be like,
I actually do fancy riding it. I do fancy riding just for the experience.
Do you?
I do.
Fair play.
I do.
Fair play.
I do. I just haven't got a bike.
Like I say,
that's good.
Again, specifically remember being stood next to Doug Lampkin, and Doug's words were, "You'll never get me on that beach again. You'd have to give me a gold pig." That's exactly what he was like. You have to pay me in gold pigs. And I was like, what? He was like, I'm telling you, I'm never getting on that beach ever again.
Oh, well.
And again, very keen trials rider that's often either watching our content or giving me jip whenever I'm filming. Todd Kellett.
Yeah, he likes trials. He did the Scottish.
He was right behind me at the Scottish all week. And again, Todd is he's a serious competitor. He's super happy chappy. But there was moments in Scotland where...
I think you'll find that no end of road racers and speed racers, they all go out and play on trials bikes. They all jump on a trials bike and go and have a play.
If you want to be, listen, Billy Bolt is here right now. If you want to be better at hard enduro, like possibly occasionally ride a trials bike.
Definitely. It's not going to do any wrong. Like don't get me wrong. Like I said before, I feel like hard enduro now is very specialized and there's a lot extra to learn, but the basis trials gives you will take you wherever you want to go.
I think the big thing with trials, you are multitasking. There is so much multitasking going on. With the clutch, the brakes, the balance, you're finding traction. Yeah,
that's the thing I find is overlooked as well, like the understanding wheel position and reading the ground and terrain and traction and stuff like that. Like just walking sections is as boring as it is if I was to go and do it now. Like I would say childhood of standing in a river, squibbing rocks and you know figuring out lines and
Billy's boots nowadays have almost got a trial sole on, right?
Yeah, literally.
But that gave you a life skill.
100%. Like that's what I mean. I wouldn't change where I come from for the world.
Yeah.
Right, boys. We've only got 5 minutes left of the podcast, so we're just going to do a quick fire round of. I was thinking on the way down that what could we ask things that Billy Bolt would not get asked that often in a trials ilk. If you get my drift.
I'm looking forward to this.
TrialTube Podcast trials. So just a few questions. We can each answer. It doesn't really matter. You don't really need to give a reason why. You don't need to justify your answer. You can just say one thing, and if that's that thing, then that's fine.
As long as it's honest.
As long as it's honest. Yeah, honest reviews. Right, question 1.
Okay.
Favorite bike?
Me.
Yeah, you can go first. You can go first.
Just trials.
Just trials.
TY80.
I knew it.
I never saw that one coming.
Really? Because you didn't know as a
Never
kid.
saw that one coming.
I would say I was probably one of the last that was. I did all of D class on a TY80. I was forced on one, and I had a White Hawk as well.
You had the posh one.
Big wheels.
Yeah, but back then there would be like
No, I was the only one on a TY80. It was like me against Beta 50s.
Yeah,
Because you could ride an 80cc twin shock or a 50cc monoshock.
Okay.
right. I didn't know that they were the rules then.
Yeah, that was the rules for me in D class. But there was probably at most 2 or 3 other total TY80s at a trial back then. But I was kind of the only one that my dad said I had no choice.
Well, in all fairness, he made you ride a real motorcycle.
No, I'm
with a real
happy.
gearbox. Yeah,
I'm more than happy about it. Like I think it's
real brakes, real levers. Remember TI-80 levers being off the big bike. So they just look
big
ridiculous.
massive things.
Just look ridiculous. Michael Brown had his dad change the front end of the bike, so he had a V-brake.
I had Hebo footrests on mine.
Ooh.
Back when Hebo made components, can you remember that?
Yeah.
Class.
They were the S3 of the day.
They were the
They were the original, yeah.
were.
Had Hebo I keep massively go on tangents. I do and everything, dude. But I remember I got a brand new set of Hebo Pro 7 kit for Christmas.
Yes.
The first year I was doing trials. So I started like
7.
midway through the year in Pro 7. Red set Hebo Pro 7 I got for Christmas.
I feel like the
Adam Roger
S-
replica helmet and Diodora boots.
Wow.
Santa Claus delivered.
You rode the Diodora boots for a long time, right?
Yeah, so then
They were good boots.
that was before they were really quite good. That was like an early model. And then when I was riding a Beta 125, I was in Diodora boots for John Lampkin.
And then they're another thing that just disappeared.
Yeah, but
they
Diodora
were
were
Where
the only
did they
people
go?
that made
'Cause they were
little
brilliant.
boots as well for little kids.
Well, I guess, I was on a TY80
Yeah.
at the time, so I'd have probably been 7 or 8.
It's weird how there's these great products and then they just evaporate.
Poof and
What
evaporate.
happened? Who knows? I don't know. My favourite bike, I've got too many favourite bikes. Current favourite bike's that one. Can't wait.
No. You can't
Of all
choose,
time.
don't choose a modern bike.
It's
That's
my
such a
Fantic
cop
section.
out.
My Fantic section, isn't it?
Okay, Fantic section.
It's just, I'm just every time I look at it, and let's be honest, it's a big, heavy piece of shit. But I just go all gooey-eyed, like him with Ossas. I just go all gooey-eyed.
That's fair.
What's yours?
See, this is controversial because my favourite bike is a bike that I never rode. But it's the favourite bike because of the moment when I saw it. And it's the Ossa.
No,
Okay.
Not the Ossa that you had, though.
the original one.
It's the Fajardo Ossa. When it got,
2009 was that.
Yeah, when it got lowered off the truck. Again, I reminisce this
I'd
part
lost
very
one.
often.
I'd
Me,
lost-
Challoner and Dibbs were stood next to it as it come down the ramp.
I'd have lost 50p on that because I was going to say it was the Bultaco, the red and silver Bultaco.
Yes, I did like that bike to a point where I really liked it before it was called Sherco when it was
Correct.
Yeah.
rebought out of
I'd have put
Bultaco.
my 50p on that one, but no, fair play.
Oh no!
I've learned
the only
something
reason
today.
why I like that bike is Fardo rode it amazing as well that night, and it sounded amazing, and it was just a completely
setup
new frigging bike.
Was cool as
Go on,
well.
Next
The
question.
green Hebo with the Patronus.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, it was ice cold, such a cool bike. Question 2:
Yes, go on.
favorite rider, and a little section is why.
Oh,
Trials.
Misa.
Go on.
Misa. Amos Bilbao.
Amos Bilbao. Why?
Why?
Quick.
Because you never knew what the hell he was going to do. It's just this little bundle of fast fire going through a section, and it was either going to be a massive crash or spectacularly awesome.
And the fact that he owned goatskin gurns, they were quite.
He was just cool.
goat
He
skin
got the coolest one pieces and these blonde flicked highlights, and he was just cool as can be. He's just Amos.
Billy.
Whoa, that's a difficult one. But I'm struggling to pick one.
He's trying to make it iconic because I suppose you're of a generation where you've not really known many other world champions apart from Tony.
Well, yeah, I mean,
your age.
Dougie, obviously.
My other one's Geordie. Of course, it's Geordie.
It's a fun game, isn't it?
Yes, I love it.
I don't want to.
You're not going to annoy anybody. It's just
but
for
I don't
you.
want
It's
to.
just
I
for
know,
you.
but I don't want to pick an answer I regret either.
He's that serious. He's like, I must make the right choice.
Because yeah,
Who's yours? Well, Bill, something to think.
Who's mine?
Yes.
Mine's Geordie Tara's. But a certain version of Geordie Tara's.
Oh, which one?
1987 Geordie Tara's is my favourite Geordie
Beta
Tara's.
TR34.
TR34, the only rider
was
to
the
hop and
boy.
flick and jump.
That was his heyday.
It was that entire, due to that videotape.
I'm exactly the same. So my favourite Amos is when he was on the gas, the JTXs. And then that was,
the
that's my
97
favourite.
era, 97.
Yeah.
You can pick a rider of what year because they might just be like, that might just stick in your head that way.
this is going to be a bit of a rogue answer.
Go on.
I'm going to say Jaime Busto from 2012
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay, that's right.
because the shit he used to do in practice areas was just fucking outrageous. Like, outrageous.
Then that's the right
He was
answer.
tiny. Gas 125. No, were we on 125s and big bikes?
2012. Yeah, you
No, 125s. We were on
125s. Was he on a? Oh, he was on a gas.
Non-stop gas, full non-stop setup, and like he was so small, but like it's just, and it was the same age as me. We were the same year, and I was just fucking blown away. Like he would just the balance he had, how long he could just stay on the back wheel for, but then he would just hit the most. Well, we would just egg each other on to do the dumbest jumps whatsoever. His dad would be.
He hasn't changed that.
His dad would be stood there shaking his head, and my dad would be stood there shaking his head.
Absolute legends.
And we'd both just egg each other on until someone snapped the frame or blew a wheel up. It was great times.
And that is the coolest answer.
I've got a
you can be.
sidebar. Jaime Busto, last year of Vertigo, also. I enjoyed that.
Yeah,
Jaime
well,
Busto
see,
version.
I've gone.
really young, yeah.
Yeah, I've just kind of like not following trials that closely.
Yeah.
Then
Brilliant.
Question 3.
So like me, an absolute Amos was a loose cannon. Yeah, it was entertaining to watch.
Okay. And last
go
one
on.
for the 5 minutes.
Yep.
Question 3. If there's a bike in your life that you could have back, trials, which bike would that be? If you could get anything back and it would be in pristine condition when you got it back.
I'm already looking for mine.
Okay.
1994 Screen Art Beta Techno. I desperately want one.
And you must have it polished frame, Jean-Luc Nick
I desperately want one. Anyone got one? I want one. Because I had one and I loved it.
what colour?
Yellow.
Yellow and black.
I think I've got one of them.
Have you really?
I bought one in like 2017. Because
You
that's the
haven't.
same as the Takumi Narita video one, isn't it?
Yes. It is. The
Trial
same as
Magic.
Have you?
Trial Magic, yeah.
I think I bought it to do up, and then it's never been touched since I bought it from Scotland.
So that means it's cheap.
I did a race in Scotland, and
Now he knows you want it.
I'll find a picture afterwards and see if it's the right one.
It is.
please.
If it's the
Yes,
Narita yellow and black one, it is.
please.
See, I'm almost certain it's the Narita one, but I was also like a bit like, oh yeah, I'll have it. It's the same as that video, but I didn't really do much research.
Please.
But
Wow. I know that Woody Hole, I know that Dan Hall would sort of rebuilt one for a Christmas present. I think that's right, Woody. If I'm wrong, then I'm sorry, but I know that Woody Hole's got one in really good stuff.
Yours.
I'm not going to pick one of my bikes. I'm going to pick someone else's bike.
Okay.
Yeah, that's cool. The
I'm
one
gonna
you
pick-
drooled over.
2003 Honda 315, Montesa 315.
Yes.
With the Iridium forks, carbon number plate. Dougie. I had 2003 World Trials Review as a DVD as a kid. Didn't have like every year, but 2003 I remember I watched like
You watched
forever.
That is a good choice of bike. It's good. Your dad's is dripping with beautifulness. And
Oh yeah, my dad's. Have you seen my dad's RTL rebuild that we did, the Fuji one?
Yeah, actually, I have. It was a while ago that came out. I
it
can't
was,
be-
it was.
a couple of years
It
back.
was. That was when that build. People don't really understand that build is basically probably as far as you could take a 315 without having the factory mid box.
Yeah.
yeah,
And that is that bike.
that was a cool bike. Yours is technically way cooler bike than my bike, but I don't care. I like my bike. What's yours? What's the dream? What's the dream, Daniel?
Oh, the dream.
What's the dream?
Billy chose someone else's bike.
Spanner in the
alters
works
everything.
there, haven't I?
Go on, you've got two. You can be somebody else's
Okay,
bike.
the bike that I would like back I nearly bought it and we found it and it was on eBay last year and I'm kicking myself that I didn't buy it and I should have frigging bought it and I'm a knob. It's a 125 1998 gas
in Lalo.
in yellow. It was the bike that I won some rounds. I won some rounds of the British Championship on it in C class. I beat Dibs. I should have bought that bike.
Yeah.
You
See,
should.
I didn't. If I'd have probably won some championships as a kid, I probably would have picked one of them bikes, but I didn't win anything.
So what's the dream bike? The bike
second
you
or
never
third.
had that you wish you had?
Bike that I never had that I wish I had. I don't want to. I've gone a bit Billy here. I don't want to pick the wrong bike.
Yeah, I'm still
these
thinking.
are hard.
The bike
There's
I
things
never
of
had
my
and I wish.
favourite rider that I'm wishing I thought,
Yeah.
oh, that was cool. That was cool.
The bike I wish I had, and then actually I've just built it to my sidecar, which I've got a 315.
Yeah.
So there you go. I've ticked both three.
My second one would be was it 07 or 08 Ragger when he had black frame gas
Oh,
Yeah.
they were cool.
and he had Red Bull helmet, gold
Yeah.
triple clamps.
That was a cool era for gas.
Gas was
That
trick.
was cool.
The back mud guard used to be straightened out for
Yeah,
indoors.
they were cool bikes.
Red Bull helmet, trick.
I'm gonna go with the
He always looked the bollocks, didn't he?
1987 pink Lejeune RTL 360 is the bike that I would really like because A, bigger engine, B, ridiculously oversized RTL silencer that had this like hole drilled thing gain on it, 2 oil coolers on it.
Cool.
It was
How many of them is there in the world?
maybe one, yeah. And I was just had to look at my dad off camera because genuinely it gets shown at Telford now and
Oh,
then.
really?
And
There you go.
and when I say if the Titanic road trials,
I was going to say,
It's the
it
most
sounded
vile
fucking
thing.
heavy, to be honest. From your
Mate.
description there, all I thought was, that sounds heavy.
So your bike is obtainable. My bike is definitely obtainable, and hopefully off you. Yours is pie in the sky,
I
not
have
a fucking
cocked it
chance.
clean up, yeah.
Not a chance, pal.
no, I know.
That's just like
and that's
chasing
okay.
an
And that's okay.
unattainable dream.
And the only reason, like I say, and also it sounded. There's a little section of the Beta video from '87, and Lejeune's in it. I think obviously Beta couldn't bring themselves not to put the Honda of that year in the video.
So what we've discovered is we are three nerds.
Really,
I love nerding about trials. I often talk to Graham about it at races.
At races.
Yeah, I mean, I often get quiz Graham a bit, or Graham, he secretly likes a
you
good
just
bit
had
of trials chat.
Go on, what's just pinged in?
He
your
would be
head?
good to get on a podcast.
I
would
think so. I think
love
so.
to.
I think
Because
now you've done it, I'm going to have a flood of like trials people that I'll just be like, Billy went on, so now we must go on.
I want Steve Colley on. I desperately want Steve Colley.
Collie,
And Jason
Collie
Vick.
was close to being my favourite rider because I watched
Yeah.
Collie non-stop.
Everybody's favourite
Good
ride.
video.
Collie non-stop, I would just watch, rewind.
My favourite version of Steve Colley was when he.
I like
was
the fact
in-
that we've now gone into versions of riders.
Yes, but it was. There's many versions. My favourite version of Steve Colley when everything had to be yellow. I have a yellow bike and
Yellow
yellow
boots.
boots and yellow pants and yellow helmets and everything's yellow.
Look at me shaking
yellow,
my
yellow,
head.
Yellow,
You've got the wrong version. I know
Steve
it's
Colley-
just
No,
stupid
he was-
argument, but you've got
Steve-
the wrong Steve Colley.
Steve
No, he
Colley
was the right- he was the
rode
best
indoor
Steve
trials with a bum bag on so he could put a helmet camera on. Like, what? The level
So cool.
of
So
dedication to providing media is
So cool.
outrageous.
I love working with Steve Colley. I've worked on a few different things. I love working
I think
with
you'll
Steve.
find that the correct version of Steve Colley
Yes.
is Sheffield 96, no back mudguard doing the sleeper gap Steve Colley. That is the version of Steve Colley that
was
everybody
cool.
should want.
That was cool.
Or grey gas dropping off a double-decker bus.
Yes, that was. I was about to say, not far off the block. There we. I'm going to drop off there to nothing.
Oh, yeah, actually. That's very Steve Colley of you.
It was. Yeah. And he's got 2 new knees and 2 new hips, and he was,
I'm riding the indoor at, is it Narbonne? The
Yeah.
indoor, the Trial Legends indoor that's just gone, where it's like Alfie and Doug rode.
yeah.
Marcel.
Fresher was there.
Fresher
Fresher
and
was also close to being one of my coolest riders.
Yes.
But not the fresh. Well, he was cool when he was riding, but from when he used to mine for on Alpha because he used to prep his bike and then ride it around the paddock, and just the way he would stand and rev the bike through the paddock, he'd be like, and it would just be like, wow, that's fit. Like he's just this little he was quite big, like quite chubby by then, and he would just like ride around in his trainers and shorts after he'd prepped the bike, and he would just make a bike sound unbelievable.
Yeah.
We're going to have to do different versions of all the riders now.
I think so.
Which version of whoever did you
Maybe
like
we should
best?
start doing that with our
That's just a
guests.
segment. Just
Just a
give
segment.
them three riders to choose from, and pick a year when he was at his coolest.
No, I really.
You'd hate to be one of those world riders. Go, they haven't mentioned me.
When
That
was-
mustn't be cool.
When was peak Jack Challoner?
Peak Jack Challoner was relentless.
Oh,
Beat
yeah.
a top
Relentless.
team.
Yeah, the skate park video.
That
Yes,
was brilliant.
That was peak Jack Challoner, I think. Or sorry, Jack.
Yeah, okay. If someone disagrees with it, they might find this moderately offensive, I suppose. But
I liked Ossa Jack Challoner
Yeah.
just before it went Pete Tong, which was terrible because he didn't deserve that crash. And he was really on the up and up.
Weren't you on 4RT for a bit? Right at the end.
not when he
Have I
was
made
still
that
being.
up?
I think when he like changed to doing shows, it was on a month, wasn't it?
Ah, is that what
I think.
it is, yeah.
I know
Ossa was
Dibs
last.
was on a Future Mont for a while, and that sounded well.
He rode that.
Dibs and
really
Wiggy were on a
well.
future month.
Yeah. We've missed a really, really good rider and good bike opportunity there. We missed Yamaha Kiriyama era. I mean, I know he's Yamaha now, but I mean Kiriyama with Bazooka exhaust Yamaha.
I rode
There's
one of them
so
four-stroke
many different cool guys.
Yamahas in Japan in 2015 for trial mag release or
Really?
test.
What? Or the net side exhaust?
I can't.
Or
might,
did it have a twin exhaust?
might have two exhausts.
Yeah. Twin under the seat one.
I don't know. It was forced. It was really nice, to be honest.
Really?
I fucking
Okay.
loved it. Yeah, honestly, really. I can't remember much about it, but I was well impressed by it. I did like it.
Oh, sick. I feel like nobody's ever
Beard's
liked
gone and so is time.
And so is time, yeah. Now, Billy,
I'm
thank you.
gutted. I love talking about trials. I generally
Like,
do.
Well, we can have
We've
you
just done all that
back.
enduro content, and now we've just gone,
I generally do love. Like, I honestly watch all your stuff because I
oh
think
no.
trials is fantastic.
Now I just feel pressured.
I don't.
Well, before
good.
we started this podcast, Billy did actually say, because I said off camera, I was like, I occasionally do bait people, as in I will say something on a video and I know there'll be a trials reaction, obviously. And his reaction just was like, yeah, I know. To say as if they're like, no shit, Sherlock. But so I am
That's what
sorry
it's all
to
about.
if I've upset you, then I am kind of sorry, but I'm also kind of not. Right. If you
That's
tuned
it,
into
we're
this,
wrapping.
thank you so much. Go on.
I've got one more-
Go on.
I've
got
I
one
think
more
we've got
piece.
time.
In fact, no, I'm not going to say it because then I'll
No, go
not
on.
stop.
Go for it.
Screw it.
No,
We
no,
can always cut the
I'll
end
not
and make
because
people-
I'll keep going more and more and more. I want to keep talking.
Maybe at when Billy's back in the UK again, maybe we do a part 2.
Yes,
Okay,
let's
we do.
part
Let's,
two.
then we get lots of peaks because my mind's spinning. Going to be. I can't stop thinking about this shit now. Right, stop this podcast.
He's off. Right. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. Billy's pushed the mic away, so he stopped talking about trials, which is pretty funny. Again, thank you to our sponsor, S3.
Yep.
And again, we really can't stress enough like how much we appreciate people listening and watching.
Please,
and,
please,
and it does
please-
help trials.
Please leave us comments. Tell
Where
us.
have you been? I haven't seen one of these for ages.
Oh, right. Okay,
Oh,
there
we've
we
been
go. There
busy-
we go.
no, we've been
I
busy
have
working.
been on tour, on the bicycle, doing my job, buying, which has allowed me to obviously pay my mortgage.
I've been doing trials.
Understandable, I suppose.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I've been working for Harley Davidson.
And he's been away working for Harley Davidson. But I think we haven't gone anywhere. TrialTube hasn't gone anywhere. Obviously, there's other content that you can digest. On
You know
the
how
internet
there's
for
no
trials.
Top Gear in summer? That's
what?
like we are.
Yeah. We're in our grand tour era now where we only do this many episodes. And if you don't listen, then we don't do them.
We've got more time now. We're back.
We have got more time.
We'll be back for a
No, we
bit.
haven't. No, neither's Billy. Today this happened, by the way. This happened because Billy messaged me at about 12-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saying I'm passing in 4 hours' time. Is it going to work?
Wherever you are. I rang
to.
Stu and just went, Billy's coming.
Yeah. I'm dropping everything. I'll get everything ready. Go.
Literally, honestly, my daughter is still
And
waiting at school.
Adapt.
I'm joking. Not true. Not true.
Billy, thank you for coming
No
down.
problem. Thank you.
Welcome to Blackshmore.
And
I've thoroughly enjoyed that.
yeah, that was sick. Well, thank you very much, chaps. Thank you. Share. You get it. We'll do another bit. Bye.
Leave messages. Bye.